Hello and welcome to week 21 of the FrankenScrap Crochet Along. And this week we're making the cherry blossom stitch. This is a really pretty stitch that looks like 4 petals of a cherry blossom flower. So to start this piece, you're going to be making a foundation chain of 17. So we're going to start our cherry blossom stitch by making a single crochet in the third stitch chain from our hook. So that turning chain counts as your first stitch, so I've already put my stitch marker in. And now we're going to make a single crochet in each stitch across. So row 1 is just all single crochet. Now one thing I will say about the cherry blossom stitch is that your stitch count changes every row. So although row 1 counts as 16 stitches, your stitch count will go up and down with each row that we make, and it's just because of how the stitches lie, so that's completely normal. Okay. So I'll just get to the end of row 1. Okay, so row 1 is all single crochet, then you turn, chain 1. And now we're going to make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. Okay, this counts as the first stitch of our row, so I'm just going to put a stitch marker in there. Now we're going to skip the next stitch. And then in the following stitch we're going to make a double crochet 3 together. And it's all in the same stitch. So start your double crochet and pull through the first 2 loops. Leave the last 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, into the same stitch, again start a double crochet, but only pull through the first 2 loops. 3 loops on your hook, and then one last time, start the double crochet, pull through the first 2 loops, you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. So that's a double crochet 3 together cluster. And then we're going to chain 3. Okay, and then in the next stitch we're going to make another double crochet 3 together cluster. Okay, so same stitch, next stitch after your last one, we make another one, and this counts as the bottom 2 petals of our cherry blossom. Okay. So there's the first 2 petals there, they will be pulled apart like that. And we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and in the next stitch we're going to make another double crochet 3 together cluster. Oops, I'm supposed to pull through the first 2 loops on that one. So the repeat of this pattern is double crochet 3 together, chain 3, double crochet 3 together, skip 3, and then repeat. You do that all the way across the row. 2, 3, and skip 3. So we're going to do this until we have 2 stitches left in our row. That's the first cluster, and then chain 3, and then make another double crochet 3 together cluster in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when we've got 2 stitches left, we're going to skip the next stitch, and then in the last stitch of the row, going to make a double crochet. And that is row 2 of the cherry blossom. Okay, so now we go on to row 3, and now we need to make the top part of our cherry blossom flowers. So you turn and chain 1, and you're going to make a single crochet. Sorry, we're not going on to the top part of the cherry blossom now, we've got an in-between row before we do that. Okay, so turn, chain 1 and single crochet in the first stitch. Now we're going to make a single crochet in the top of our cluster. We're going to make 3 single crochet in this chain space. 1, 2, 3, and then make a single crochet in the top of each of the 2 clusters, and then repeat. So 3 single crochet in the chain space, and then single crochet in each of the clusters, both of them. Okay, and then you repeat that across the row. And then 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the top of the cluster, and then finish the row with a single crochet in the top of the double crochet at the end of the row. And that's row 3. Okay, oops, just grab some more yarn. Row 4. Now we do the top half of our cherry blossom flowers. So turn and chain 1. Make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. Okay, I'll just move my stitch marker up. Okay, now we're going to make a double crochet 3 together in the next stitch. So same cluster as we did before. So 1, 2 and 3. Now we're going to skip the next 3 stitches and make another double crochet 3 together. 1, 2 and 3, and then chain 3. And I'm going to make a double crochet 3 together in the next stitch. Okay. So we're using the same combination of stitches, it's just that they're made in a slightly different order, so that they look opposite to what we did 2 rows below. So you see how these 2 come together here, and then they flare outwards up here. So that there is your cherry blossom flower. Right, so to continue, skip the next 3 stitches, then make a double crochet 3 together in the next stitch, chain 3, then make a double crochet 3 together in the next stitch, and that's your repeat all the way across. You skip 3 stitches, make a double crochet 3 together, chain 3, and then make a double crochet 3 together in the next stitch, and repeat that all the way across. Okay, so now I skip 3 stitches. Okay, so our last double crochet 3 together will be made in the second to last stitch of the row. Oops. Try that again. And then your last stitch of the row will be a double crochet. And there we go. Okay, row 5. We're doing another single crochet row. So turn, chain 1, and make a single crochet in the first stitch. Now, the last row, the stitch count went down, so now we need to kind of bring it right. Okay, so after our first single crochet, we're going to make another single crochet between the double crochet that we finished with and the cluster. I'm just going to get in between those and make a single crochet. Now we're going to make a single crochet in the cluster itself and in the next cluster, and then make 3 single crochet in the chain space. So the repeat across the row is make a single crochet in the cluster, make a single crochet in the next cluster, then make a single crochet in the chain space, and you repeat that all the way across the row until you get to the final cluster. So a single crochet in that last cluster, but then again you want to make another single crochet between that double crochet, that turning chain from your previous row and the cluster, and then make a single crochet in the last stitch of the row, and that brings your stitch count back to what it should be. Okay. So for this stitch you're going to repeat rows 2 and 5 until you get to the rows that you need. So once you get to the rows you need, your final row, we need to make a finishing row, and we're just going to turn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the first stitch, and then make a single crochet in each stitch across. And this is just to bring us to the stitch count that we need for the height. Okay, so once you've done your single crochet for your final row, that is your cherry blossom stitch complete. To complete your cherry blossom piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 5 until you have 30 rows. After row 30, you need to go ahead and make your finishing row, and that'll be row 31. So after row 31, you can then cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to join this piece to the rest of your FrankenScrap. If you need to see the layout, click the link beneath this video and it will take you to the blog post, where the full instructions for joining and where this piece fits are there waiting for you. And don't forget, the Facebook group is there if you need any help, any questions, or just want to connect with your fellow FrankenScrappers. So thank you for joining in, and I shall see you next week for the next piece. Bye for now.